Okay, so thank you for everyone for joining us tonight. We're excited to present this series over the next 3 nights, all focused on generating revenue in the changing landscape. We're excited and grateful to share insights from key dermatologists that know our companies, technologies, and products very well, and hope that you enjoy, learn, or are inspired by the information shared. Look forward to hearing from Dr. Wendy Roberts on Wednesday evening, followed by a panel discussion featuring all of the physicians you can see on the panel here on Thursday evening. But tonight, we're going to present the first series with myself, Sean Johnson, Director of Marketing at Aerolates, and Lori Viard, the Director of Education at Sente. So tonight, we'll be diving into a subject that's been on the mind of business owners in every single industry. It's one that I've discussed with a number of physicians and office managers over the past several months, and we will uncover what we've looked at and learned in generating revenue in a changing landscape. And so the objective of this presentation is to uncover opportunities in your medical aesthetic practice. And yes, we talk about the changing landscape a lot in COVID because it's a huge change. However, there have been many changes in healthcare throughout the past 30 years. And with these changes, practices have had to adapt by adopting new or alternative ways of doing business. So basically, what we're saying is it's more than possible to succeed, no matter what the odds you are against. And we're not talking about overhauling your practice. We're not talking about doing business completely differently. We're going to introduce simple tweaks to your daily routine to better use resources to earn more dollars per hour without sacrificing results or safety. And so the initial good and bad for the aesthetic medicine world is as follows. There's a pent-up demand for aesthetic and medical services. Patients or clients, tonight I'm going to be calling them patients, they've been itching to come back into your office to see you. They want to receive their toxins, they want to receive their filler, they want to receive facial treatments for acne, rosacea, melasma, you name it. They want to get back on a skincare regimen. So there are actually even COVID-related skin issues that have soared through the past months, basically from people who may not even be your patients and may now be seeking solutions, especially for acne, especially for facial redness, and especially for hyperpigmentation. Anything to do with stress that can trigger it, or from what we've seen, bad diets, liquor, beer, and wine sales have soared over the past months and has actually created many new skincare patients for your practice. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard of this term called maskne. It's basically mask-related acne. Wearing it, sweating it, getting your pores clogged, having only had to wear my mask out in public for a couple minutes at a time. I wasn't bad, but now that I'm in the office and meetings and stuff like that, I'm now starting to notice it myself. So I am one of those patients that is looking for a new solution. So, however, regardless of a pent-up demand in new potential patients, there's a new issue patients have top of mind at all times and requires you to prove it to them. It's the sanitary and safe conditions that they're up against in your office. It's a massive need to sanitize everything. Stipulations on the number of people in your office and other factors are now limiting the number of patients that you can actually see in a day. And so this new bottleneck reduces patient flow. So there is a new need to set up repeat business for a consistent flow of patients. And again, to understand how to better use services or products to earn more dollars per hour per patient rather than attempting to see more patients per hour, because that's just not happening. And so a major opportunity for healthcare professionals and your patients is that there is more time to be spent with each patient. Better connections can be formed, a better understanding of wants, needs, and expectations can be uncovered. And what this ultimately leads is that there is more trust between you and your patient. And more trust leads to better patient experiences and ability to provide more services, produce better results, and retain each patient you are currently have and will see in the future. So altogether, this will help you increase your dollars earned per patient and help regain missing revenues. And it's not necessarily about selling, but it's about adding value into your service menu. So now, as this statement says, a major opportunity is to provide optimal results and increased revenues by maximizing the solutions available in the practice. Solutions is what we're going to call them tonight. And they can be devices, they can be products, prescriptions, or treatments. But most importantly, they are the treatment protocols that you provide patients. And these treatment protocols envelop your total solution for whatever condition you are addressing. It's a solution to patient skin issues and a solution to generating more dollars per hour. You'll find that the residual effect of such solutions creates uniquely better patient experiences. They help retain patients, and they're going to help bring them into your office on a more consistent recurring basis. Aerolase, Cispera, and Sente are extensions of these services, and they're here to help you capitalize on the sentiment. And so a major component of driving revenue in any industry is the art of the bundle. More services, more products, and more solutions drive more value and more revenue. And so we typically find and understand bundling in the aesthetic world by addressing multiple conditions with multiple services. We commonly find face or body treatments to have an element of laser or energy-based devices, skincare and peels, toxins, and fillers. We address a wide array of conditions in this fashion, and the majority of all aesthetic patients require such care. It is making your office a one-stop shop right now. One-stop shop. Most patients are not going out as much as they normally do, and it's much, 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 much more preferential for them to have a single visit be an all-inclusive one to address all of their needs. It's a one-stop shop. It is also about diversifying your revenue streams and not putting all of your eggs in a single basket. So while bundling on the aesthetic side is great, bundling on the medical side of business also has major advantages and should be a primary consideration for driving revenue and results. And so I want to begin with looking at the medical side of business. Right here is what we see as a very simplified traditional medical approach. It's a very comfortable one for patients and physicians. And so as a patient, my typical experience walking into a medical practice works as such. I walk in with a condition like acne, I wait in the waiting room for my turn, wait for the diagnosis of my condition and its severity, and then I await which prescription you recommend that I should pick up from the pharmacy while your billing manager works with my insurance. As a specialist, I trust your opinion. I'm going to schedule a follow-up appointment a few months down the road, and then I'm going to receive a confirmation from the pharmacy. So again, this is extremely comfortable for both healthcare professionals and their patients. For me growing up, this is the exact model I expected and I trust, but there are some drawbacks. And the increasing issue is one that has always existed. It's that once I leave your office, you have completely lost control of my treatment success and have now placed it into my hands rather than yours. So there's a trust that I'm going to pick up my medication, I'm going to take it as expected, and then I'm going to return to your office for my follow-up. And now the issue in today's market is that I no longer have patience, and I need a simpler and more rapid approach that feels more customized to my needs. And so small tweaks to this model really make it a more patient-friendly, and it's going to enable you more trust, more results, and again, the possibility of gaining more revenue. And so again, we tweak it and we modernize the approach for the exact same patient. So again, I come in for my acne, but instead of immediately writing a prescription for my condition, you and I discuss my goals, my expectations, and then create a treatment plan specifically for me, which can be one or a number of services, including technology, products, or prescriptions. This shows me an advanced and modern solution to my skin issue, and I personally feel more invested in this agreed upon plan. I also feel a little bit more confident that we will achieve my goals. Plus, what you've now done is you've opened yourself up to a new treatment solution that will drive better per patient treatment fees without sacrificing safety, results, or tolerability. And so to put things into perspective, these are consistent annual numbers of antibiotic prescriptions written by dermatologists for skin conditions. 18 million prescriptions are written for dermatologic conditions, of which 12 million of them for acne. 12 million for acne alone. And so consider the number of prescriptions you write each day. Now let's double or even triple the average reimbursement fee for a 15 to 20 minute office visit. If instead an alternative therapy were to allow you to earn $200 to $300 more per prescription in your office, you've already opened up a massive ability to make up for your dollars per hour with maximizing your per treatment fees, again, without sacrificing safety, efficacy, or tolerability. But one of the problems is a lot of professionals are they're scared to ask for money. And it's an odd dichotomy between the physician's office and the pharmacy, is that while reimbursement has declined, prescription prices have risen. And despite the increases of prices or copays, it's not that patients are averse to paying for prescriptions or services as a solution to their skin condition. It's that when they pay for a prescription, they just aren't paying you. And so both offices and patients need better solutions for their needs in addressing common skin conditions. And the vast majority of patients want you to provide them an in-office solution for the skin condition that they came to you to take care of. And so one dermatologist whose success absolutely blossomed with the initial understanding and concept is a physician in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Lenny Henderson. And he self-professed that he was tired of the current care regimen for his acne patients. He wanted something new that would provide better patient outcomes while providing a cash-pay service to his office. So after researching alternative therapies, he discovered a dermatologist in Nashville, Tennessee, who was using a 650 microsecond laser for his acne patients. He was only charging $150 per treatment, but in volume, he was performing 15 to 20 laser acne treatments a day. And so this was netting him a profit of $2,250 to $3,000 per day with that solution alone. So Dr. Henderson didn't exactly see that volume of acne patients, but figured if he charged a little bit more, it could actually be a very nice little source of revenue for him. After doing a bit more due diligence, he decided to actually pull the trigger, buy the 650 microsecond laser, and could not have been happier about this decision, with happier patients in his office operating more efficiently and profitably. So let's take a look at what his actual success looked like. In short, first month, 12 acne patients, $16,000 in revenue. And so what he was doing was he was converting his acne patients from a prescription to subscribers. He was bringing them into the office for a series of treatments instead of a one-off, go see how this works. And so to dive a little bit deep into it, it was a little bit awkward for him introducing this new service. Now, he's primarily a Mohs surgeon, and sales was not one of his primary skills. So he was a little bit scared of asking for money instead of letting the patient's insurance do its job. But he started off slow. Instead of just writing a prescription, he let his patients know he had a new therapy to address their acne concerns. It would not be covered by insurance and would be a packaged program of 6 treatments for between $1,200 and $1,500, depending on the severity of their acne. He tried this with a small patient population and was pleasantly surprised to find 50% of these patients immediately signed up for the service. To the parents paying for the solution to their child's acne, it was not unlike purchasing piano lessons or swimming lessons or even paying for summer camp. Most parents understood that and did not object. And with that, he earned $16,000 from 12 acne patients in the first month. And now the second month was a holy cow level of success. Again, converting those patients into subscribers, bringing them back into the office with packaged treatments. The first month was a good start. It was revenue he had previously not seen, and he was just getting started with a new solution. The second month resulted in something that really surprised him. Half of the patients who declined the laser in the first month opted to try the laser during the next office visit. And so with 75% of his patients now opting for the laser, he started offering it to everyone. He was no longer scared. He was very confident in the solution. So in the second month, Dr. Henderson profited $72,000 from laser acne therapy. Again, a holy cow level of success for the investment into the laser. Plus, as a residual effect of treating adolescents with the laser, he started converting parents and siblings to aesthetic laser services like rejuvenation and other skincare. So then he was generating further revenue that he had previously not seen. And at this time, especially in COVID, all practices are benefiting from it and can benefit from it. Large group practices have the same issues as private, and they are able to continue running profitably at this time due to patients returning for advanced solutions for their skin issues. And it's not to say that prescriptions are troublesome. They provide sophisticated solutions for the most common skin conditions and provide relief for millions of patients. It's just that they're not simple. And consumers, they love simple. They love anything that makes their life easier. And as a physician performing your job, you ultimately like to drive results and succeed in helping your patients. The frustrating problem with prescriptions is that you relinquish control over success to the patient. And simply, that's not fair. You should be the one controlling their outcomes. Out of the 100 prescriptions written, typically only 15 to 20% of the treatment course is completed as required. And if you're able to control or monitor patient progress closely and keep them returning in office more frequently, you're able to control the patient journey to achieve better outcomes and better revenues. So as much as it is about controlling patient outcomes, it's about bringing the patient back into the office to succeed in meeting or exceeding that patient's goals. You can still, by all means, prescribe medications, but by bundling or combining therapies, you can create better controllable outcomes, better revenue per patient and per treatment fees. And that is exactly what the dermatologist in Oklahoma City does. In his consultation, if the patient is extremely concerned about the time it takes to see a solution working, maybe he kickstarts it. A combination therapy provides an incredible solution for kickstarting clearance and sustaining it. With this approach, you can now turn a prescription patient into a subscription patient, meaning you are ensuring recurring visits and revenue. Because these services have completely destroyed our patients. We don't like to wait anymore. Waiting more than 7 minutes for a ride is unheard of. More than 2 days for shipping, I will go make a purchase elsewhere. And patients certainly no longer have time to wait 3 months for treatment results. Because it's not just taking the medicine, it's also about the time that it takes to work. And it's about having the right solution for today's patient. Quick, simple. Will you be their physician who offers a solution? Or just a stop on the way to them finding someone or something that does? Patients need results, and they honestly need them now. Now, did you know this? One of the biggest factors driving change in medicine is patient experience. And one of those factors driving and enabling change the quickest is technology and patient access to it. Alexa makes your life simpler. Siri makes mundane tasks extremely easy. Medicine is considered an advanced industry. Technology is now expected to be there in order to enhance patient experience. And so as it stands, 50% of patients want technology to treat their medical conditions. And the reason that 70% of healthcare executives see patient experience as the first priority is because they are finding at least 50% higher returns with superior patient experiences. And so the revenue potential of utilizing technology for a reimbursable indication can double your typical office fees. With less patient visits, this provides you a unique opportunity for revenue generation and patient outcomes. And even better rates can be realized with cash pay for either medical or aesthetic in-office treatments if they are not reimbursed. And so again, this doesn't change everything. It only tweaks what you're already doing. And so we all know that we need to make more money per patient. This can be achieved by offering more solutions in your practice where they are uniquely available to provide the desired outcomes versus only writing prescriptions or mass market skincare. So look at how you're currently treating diseases. Are there better solutions to address them clinically while driving profitability? You also need to stay ahead of the treatment curve with advanced care. Adding services that provide significant results can do this. So physicians need to offer patients advanced technology with better mechanisms of action and higher return on their investment. And it's not enough to extend into services like aesthetics, anti-aging, or other ancillary services. It's about capitalizing on core medical treatment offerings, including acne, melasma, psoriasis, and other inflammatory conditions. These are the ones that can truly benefit your business, the bottom line, and your patients' lives. And so the Aerolase Neo Elite is a laser technology enabling you to achieve all of these goals, as are the products from Sente and Cespero. And in the inherent ability for the Neo Elite is a solution to driving patient experiences, outcomes, and revenue is due to 650 microsecond technology. This technology, its mechanism of action uses a shorter laser pulse with high energy to address medical and aesthetic skin conditions in a uniquely safe, tolerable, and effective manner. We're able to treat all skin types and tan skin as well, which is important for the upcoming summer months. In the Neo Elite's 650 microsecond technology is in combination of the versatile and deep penetrating 1064 nanometer wavelength is absorbed by the skin's chromophores of water, melanin, and hemoglobin. And this basically enables a very uniquely versatile laser. The Neo Elite's 650 microsecond technology, in combination of the versatile and deep penetrating 1064 wavelength, is absorbed by the skin's chromophores of water, melanin, and hemoglobin. And this enables a unique ability to safely and effectively and comfortably address a wide range of skin issues, including skin quality, tone, and texture. Also, inflammation of redness, veins, acne, unwanted hair, and hyperpigmentation. And it's these in-demand services that's going to make you very popular with your patients and very profitable. And so medical treatments are quick. And in a world where patients may not have money to spend on over-the-counter medications, prescriptions, or they don't want to undergo invasive procedures, the Neo Elite provides an incredibly hygienic, non-invasive option for many skin conditions. So these medical treatments can be addressed with a laser, yield higher per treatment fees, and can also be covered by the patient's insurance. On the aesthetic cash-based side of business, we see the majority of the pent-up patient demand. These are the chronic conditions or issues which require a series of treatments to get them under control, and then more treatments to maintain the results, keeping the patients coming to you. Plus, each of these conditions are excellent candidates for bundled solutions to create better value, better patient experiences, and yield higher per treatment profits in recurring revenue sources. Plus, in a covered world, these are the other innate advantages within Neo Elite. There's a lack of skin contact. This helps attract nervous patients. There's no cooling gels or forced air cooling, which helps negate any spread of disease. Portability also allows for at-home treatments, which actually is a very popular thing for some of the higher end patients. Gentle treatment is safe on darker skin types, which equals positive word of mouth and also opens up new treatment possibilities for an underserved patient segment. The lack of post-treatment costs with the laser also keeps your profits higher. So with all of this being said, here are 5 things that you can do to drive more revenue. And what I want you to do is truly think about your business operations and what tweaks or additions you can make in addressing aesthetic medical conditions that will help you generate more revenue and increase your fees per patient at this time. Play number 1, evaluate your services. Review your service menu. What are your top money-making procedures? And are those services still profitable in this climate? Are you going to have to consider adding services that are COVID lucrative? Are you missing out on any revenue streams? Again, have you put all of your eggs in one basket, or are you still able to diversify your revenue streams? Because regardless of one or the other, there are still options out there. Ensure that your services are lucrative and that are the ones that the patients want at this time. Number 4, forecast revenue. Will you turn a profit? Understand what you need to do in order to be profitable with your current services, treatment mix, and patient throughput. Is your cash flow where it needs to be right now? Again, look through your products and services. Forecast, and will it actually happen? Is that goal attainable? Or if not, do you need to make a tweak, invest in a new service, or a new technology to attain the goals? If a product or service you are currently offering will not make money, just drop it for now. You don't have to use it. You can always bring it back in the future. But if a product or service you don't currently have will earn you the money you need, invest. It's about obtaining that revenue and cash flow at this time, sustaining it. Play number 5, communicate everything and constantly. Regardless of what you do, the previous 4 steps are useless unless you communicate with the staff and patients. Ensure that all staff members are up to date on your new process and goals. Ensure that patients know you have clean and hygienic practice, staff, and treatment offerings. Focus your marketing on the procedures that are most in demand and profit yielding in your practice at this time, and consistently update your patients about changes or updates to services or treatment mix. You have to let everyone know what you're doing. You can't just do it in your office and expect others to know. You have to broadcast it. And again, you have the patients and you have the patient demand. You have to let them know that, hey, we're doing this, we're still open, come on and continue your services. Or if you have a new concern, come on in and we'll discuss it and we can address it. So to summarize and illustrate the point of generating greater revenue, here is a comparison of an office visit for psoriasis to the reimbursement for laser treatment of psoriasis. For a quick 10-minute treatment, you can bring the patient back into the office for a number of sessions for this disease state, and this is going to exponentially increase your treatment fees. And now, unlike other therapies with the laser, psoriasis is reimbursable, and so this is not an out-of-pocket expense for the patient. You can bring them in, bill insurance, that comfort, and again, it will net you higher per treatment revenues without sacrificing any sort of safety, efficacy, or tolerability. And now, cash pay monotherapy. Melasma is a very common one that we see. So with a common skin condition like melasma, it's usually charged around $500 per session. And so instead of just prescribing a hydroquinone or a topical or a skincare product, an in-office treatment with the laser nets you better per treatment revenue. But then with combination therapies, including skincare, and adding in toxins or fillers, you're gaining even more profit, and it also creates the one-stop shop experience that patients are asking for. This is the core ability to drive revenue. By adapting your approach, whether medical or aesthetic, to the patient's overall wellness with a consultative approach with technology and with a better experience and value, you set yourself up to generate more dollars per hour and create more patient visits. Ultimately, you're creating more revenue. It's that revenue generation that we keep on talking about, which is what this entire presentation is about. helping you out at this time and beyond. So now I'll turn it over to Lori Viar for learning more about your patient's needs in bundling skincare products.
Thank you, Sean. That was amazing. And I think, what I take away from that first and foremost is that, the skincare patient, and I always say this, the skincare patient and the procedure patient are the same person. And, when we have someone in our practice having some form of procedure, they want skincare and they need skincare, whether they realize it or not. So it's just a matter of having that conversation with them and recommending those products for them. So and taking advantage of every single patient and every opportunity that walks into your practice. So to follow on from Sean's amazing presentation, we're going to talk about why patients come to your practice. And I think we all know why patients come to your practice. It's for your expertise, it's for your care, it's for your attention, and it's for your results. And I think now, especially, they don't want to just look better, they want to look their very best. And now they're coming in from a few months of not being able to go anywhere in some cases. So by adding the appropriate take-home products to your in-office procedures, you can address total facial rejuvenation for your patients. They're actually looking forward to coming back to your practice now for the interaction more so than ever before, for the advice, for the results, for the better experience. Give them the best welcome possible by creating an experience that addresses all of their aesthetic questions and concerns by providing effective in-office treatments and home care regimens. We know that rejuvenating the skin often involves resurfacing procedures. You can amplify the results of your hard work by priming the skin with products designed to stimulate collagen and promote wound healing. Doing so not only maximizes outcomes, but speeds recovery and also minimizes adverse events such as post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. It can also, however, introduce patients to new products that not only enhance the procedure, but are needed for their long-term skincare goals. We often do assume that bundling adds to the expense of the procedure and reduces our profits. What we know, however, is that bundling provides the home care products that are appropriate for the concerns that are being treated in the office. It also creates the need for a patient to return to your office or to your website to replenish those products 3 or 4 more times in a year. We know that a procedure patient may visit your practice 2 to 4 times a year. However, the skincare patient comes to your practice 6 to 9 times a year. So given the fact that we're currently seeing fewer patients every day, each of those return visits to the practice is even more valuable to your business. And patients will pay for that better experience. And that's what offering skincare advice and reliable products can help you do in your practice. 63% of patients actually expect to be offered products after non-invasive procedures in your practice. 2019 Klein data confirms that 70% of patients in our space were recommended products following their in-office treatment. And of those 70% that are recommended products, 80% of them purchased a product from a professional outlet at some point in the 6 months just prior to that survey. It's also interesting to note that the most commonly recommended products in our practices post-procedure and for ongoing care are moisturizers, cleansers, and sunscreen. So, our business is a business of luxury. People don't have to come in for most of the work that we're doing in aesthetics, but they choose to. We all know that there are plenty of other places nearby that perform similar procedures. Maybe they have similar technologies. So what do we do to set ourselves apart? I like to say that the patients coming to your practice, they want the results that are provided by skincare products, even if they don't know that yet. What I mean by that is that they see a result that they want to replicate, that they want to be able to see for themselves. And we always know that that result that they're bringing to you in picture form or describing it to you is a combination of procedures and skincare. You do great work. Everybody does great work. Your patients expect great results. So don't allow them to go back to their home to the same old skincare products, or even worse, to pick up their products at Walgreens or CVS on the way home, because that just doesn't do justice to your training, to your knowledge, and the work that you're providing for them. The most effective way to ensure that your patients are using the correct products and have that positive experience is to bundle with products. And of course, we at Sente believe that bundling with our products is ideal for priming the skin for a treatment, and then adding a bounce back offer to their bundles that gives the patient some type of discount or other incentive to repurchase the product or add another product to their regimen on their return visit to your practice. Our dermal repair kit is ideal for bundling. All 3 of the products in the kit have been tested for use after non-ablative procedures, and they're also ideal as part of a daily anti-aging regimen. By bundling the kit with a laser treatment or series, you're giving your patients safe, tested home care products that enhance the patient experience and outcomes. You're also introducing new products to them that they'll continue to use and return to your practice to purchase again, whether that's in your office or on your website. So, recognizing that we're not all skincare experts, but we always want to be able to start the conversation with patients by making solid recommendations that give great results. We created a set of regimens that we call 2 products, 2 times a day. They're not inclusive of all of the products that a patient needs, but they start with our core products to ensure that patients see results with your very first recommendations, and they'll continue to add to their regimen. And of course, you can take these regimens and you can add on eye products, cleansers, and other products to round out their regimens. They focus on the progression of visible damage at varying time points, and they recommend the products for each of those concerns. We start with minimal signs of aging, recommending one of our core SKUs, which is dermal repair cream, along with BioComplete serum for deep hydration and improvement in the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. The rebound regimen adds dermal contour press serum for firming, along with BioComplete serum for gentle retinoid benefits. The repair regimen features our more powerful retinol, which is intensive BioComplete cream, which contains a 0.5% retinol, along with DSA and CSA, which are targeted at more visible signs of photo damage, coarser wrinkles, and more notable pigmentation. And the rescue regimen, which addresses firmness, more visible lines and wrinkles, and discoloration. In addition, for stubborn hyperpigmentation, we add Cispera. Cispera is different. It's a short contact application that's removed by cleansing the skin, after which the patient can use their AM or PM skincare products, depending on when they prefer to use Cispera in their day. It is used only 1 time a day. We've seen that many patients prefer morning application as it's used on unwashed skin. So patients can apply Cispera, leave it on for 15 minutes in the morning while they're reading, meditating, having coffee, and then they remove it with a cleanser, and they follow with their dermal repair cream or their sunscreen. If they opt to use Cispera at night, it can be applied actually on uncleansed skin and then removed by cleansing and followed with dermal repair cream. We talk a lot about educating and letting the patients decide, or giving them the information that they need to fully understand the recommendations that you're making for them, and then giving them the opportunity to work with you to build their home care regimen. Tell them what you see when you evaluate their skin, tie that back to what you've told them or what they've told you about their aesthetic goals, recommend what they need to reach those goals, a realistic timeline to start seeing improvements, and to provide their ideal regimen for them. Give them this list that includes their must-have products for their aesthetic goals. Give it to whomever you hand them off to in a practice when they leave your treatment room, and have that person review the recommendations and complete the conversation with them. And no pressure. If they can't take all of the products with them at any given time, whether it's expenses or having other products at home that they want to finish up first, you can explain to them that this is what's been recommended for them, and they can come back when they're ready to purchase other products that you've discussed with them. We've also created some other tools that make it very easy to quickly promote products in your practice. And I like to talk about our marketing team a little bit, who manages the marketing and social media and our practices. Unfortunately, in a lot of cases, it's us. So to make that as easy as possible, we created digital downloadable files that our practices can use to promote Sente and Cispra to their patients. Our marketing team created a content calendar for our affiliates as well, which is complete with ready to post images and the corresponding copy for each one. We also just earlier this year implemented our Sente affiliate program, which supports your practice and your patients with an online sales platform. It provides free shipping of Sente and Cispra from our warehouse directly to your customers' homes. It gives you the marketing tools that you need to promote your online business, and practices earn commission on every product that they purchase from your site while keeping your patients engaged with you. I think it's very important that our affiliate program is designed to allow patients to purchase products from you on your website. The products ship directly to their home. You do earn a commission on those products, but all of the communication continues to remain between you and your patients rather than your patients and Sente, so that you maintain the patient relationship in all cases. So like Sean mentioned earlier, the goal of integrating skincare with procedures in the practice is to provide optimal results while maximizing products and procedures available in the practice. And when we were preparing for these webinars, one of the things that we talked about is the fact that, we're in an environment now where you need to maximize everything that you have in your practice. Open those doors, look in those storage rooms. What technologies do you have that you're not using? What opportunities do you have to keep a product recommendation in your practice as opposed to writing a prescription? All of those things add up very quickly to maximizing the potential that you have in your practice while serving your patients incredibly well. If you have any questions about any of the information that we've shared, you can reach out to any of us. We'd love to hear from you. If you're specifically interested in our affiliate programs, you can contact Amy Haber, the Vice President of Sales at Sente. You see her email on the screen now. Let's see, we had a couple of questions before we go. Someone's asking if there'll be a recording. There will be a recording. It will be posted later tonight or tomorrow on a link that I will email out to everyone that attended tonight. So thank you so much for asking that question. If there are no other questions, we just want to thank you again for joining us tonight for the first in our series this week. Tomorrow night, Dr. Wendy Roberts will present Aerolase, Cispra, and Sente in her practice. It will be very informative, very exciting. So we hope that you will join us again tomorrow night. We thank you so much, and we wish you a very nice evening. And again, thank you for your time.